Rep. Bob Good, a rural conservative who advocates for deep spending cuts, said Youngkin recently reached out and expressed his concern. Good said Youngkin acted appropriately when speaking to him and declined to share further details of the conversation. Youngkin, widely seen as a future presidential candidate, has so far refused to publicly criticize fellow Republicans for the chaotic conflict over government spending. But his call to Good was driven by an election reality that he and state Democrats alike see: the shutdown comes at a precarious moment. The state is weeks away from holding legislative elections that will shape the remainder of Youngkin's term and perhaps his future in national politics. And a shutdown expected this weekend could jeopardize the paychecks of more than 140,000 Virginians who work for the federal government. Both parties are looking for any leverage in a very close fight for control of the state legislature and say a prolonged shutdown would potentially hurt Republicans. A shutdown won't immediately eliminate issues like abortion from Democrats' messaging priorities. But if the stalemate drags on, shutdown attacks will increase. Virginia Republicans hope an extended shutdown never happens. If so, the goal is minimize the damage and try to shift voters' focus their business in Richmond. Because the races are so tight in Virginia, it could have an impact on moving votes. But there is a counter-message, said one GOP official who works on legislative races. Granted anonymity to speak candidly, Republicans the state will point to successes in Richmond to distinguish themselves from dysfunction Washington. This person said. Both sides know they need to tread carefully. Republicans and Democrats have emphasized that they do want a shutdown to occur. And officials both parties believe that if the shutdown is not extended, it will be a top issue in the final sprint Virginia. But with the shutdown fast approaching and early voting already underway, Republicans and Democrats in Virginia believe it could still weigh on close battleground races. There is concern, but we don't have any control over it, said Ron Wright, co-founder of the Suburban Virginia Republican Coalition. It's almost like, well, wait and see how it affects. Again, there's nothing we can do about it. Government shutdowns had a significant impact on the past Virginia election. Most notably, in 2013, following a 2-week shutdown in early October, there was a very close gubernatorial race between Democrat Terry McAuliffe and Republican Ken Cuccinelli. An exasperated Bob McDonnell, then Republican governor, criticized Washington and House Republicans in particular on the eve of shutdown. If past is a beginning, it hurts Republicans, said Rep. Gerry Connolly, recalling the 2013 governor's race. We have close control the Senate. And of course Republicans control the House Representatives. So any marginal dynamic like this could sway the election in a